Let me tell you about the greatest cheat code in the Marvel Universe. It's not the Infinity Stones, not the Super Soldier Serum. It's a stolen suit, a handful of mysterious particles, and a man who figured out how to break reality's scale. We've seen Scott Lang defy logic, slipping through the cracks of reality, growing to the size of a building, even surviving the quantum realm. We all know the basics: Pym Particles, size shifting. Oh wow, look, he's tiny, but also big. But here's what Marvel doesn't highlight in the fun heist movies. Ant-Man's power isn't just dangerous, it's and the scary part? We've only seen him scratch the surface of what's possible. So today, we're answering the question that should keep Hank Pym awake at night. How small or big can Ant-Man really go before the universe says no? At the heart of Ant-Man's powers lies Hank Pym's greatest and most dangerous discovery, Pym Particles. These mysterious subatomic enablers don't just shrink or grow matter, they rewrite it. But how? See, physics says matter can't just lose mass, it has to go somewhere. But Pym Particles cheat. They don't just compress atoms, they shunt excess mass into the quantum realm, a dimension where space and size mean nothing. So in theory, Ant-Man could shrink infinitely, down to a singularity, a point smaller than Planck length, where reality itself breaks. But here's the terrifying part: he might not come back. If shrinking defies logic, then growing shatters it. We've seen Scott Lang tower over skyscrapers, 60 feet tall, maybe even 100. But what if he pushed further? Could he become a colossus the size of a mountain? A living continent? Here's the problem: the bigger you are, the harder physics fights back. At a certain point, his bones would snap under his own weight. His heart wouldn't pump blood fast enough. He'd collapse into a mountain of flesh and armor unless Pym Particles don't just move mass, they create it. What if, at a certain threshold, Ant-Man doesn't just grow? He starts pulling matter from alternate dimensions? Imagine it: a giant man so massive, he steps over oceans. So unstoppable, he reshapes battlefields. But at what cost? Shrinking isn't just about getting small, it's about slipping between the cracks of reality itself. We've seen Scott Lang go subatomic, vanishing into the quantum realm. But what's beyond that? At a certain point, matter stops behaving like matter. Time and space twist. Dimensions fold. If Ant-Man shrinks too far, he might not just disappear. He might stop being human altogether. Remember Janet? She spent decades down there and came back changed. Not just older, different. The quantum realm doesn't just bend size, it warps existence. So could Ant-Man shrink infinitely? Technically, yes. But the real question is, would he still be Ant-Man when he comes back? There's always a limit, always a price. And for Ant-Man, pushing his powers to the extreme could unravel him at the molecular level. Go too big, gravity turns against you. Your heart becomes a sluggish, failing pump. Your bones, no matter how enhanced, splinter under cosmic scale pressure. You don't just die, you implode. Go too small, you stop being matter. You become noise in the quantum void, a whisper in the fabric of spacetime. And maybe, just maybe, something whispers back. Because the quantum realm isn't empty, it's alive, and it remembers every soul who's ever lost their way. But here's the crazy part: we've only seen the tip of the iceberg. If Pym Particles can warp size, what else can they do? Think about it: molecular phasing, localized growth, time dilation via quantum relativity. Hank Pym called it the key to the next frontier of human evolution, but even he didn't fully unlock it. This makes you wonder, if a friendly neighborhood burglar can do this with Pym Particles, what could a conqueror do? So we circle back to the big question. Not can Ant-Man break the rules, but should he? Every time Scott Lang touches that regulator, he's not just changing his size, he's poking holes in reality, tugging at threads that hold existence together. Maybe that's why the TVA prune timelines, why Kang wages multiversal war. Because size isn't just power, it's responsibility. So what do you think? Is Ant-Man's true power a gift or a cosmic warning? Let us know in the comments below.